I think it's very important to truly grasp the definition of what a feminist is. Not many people understand the true definition, and they think it's about a bunch of angry women trying to be like men, as Bell Hooks quoted. Mostly, they think feminism is a bunch of angry women who want to be like men. They do not even think about feminism as being about rights, about women gaining equal rights. I have wanted them to have an answer to the question, what is feminism? That is rooted neither in fear or fantasy. I have wanted them to have this simple definition to read again and again so they know feminism is a movement to end sexism, sexist exploitation, and oppression. I love this definition because it makes it clear that the problem is sexism, and that clarity helps us remember that all of us, female and male, have been socialized from birth on to accept sexist thought and action. As a consequence, females can be just as sexist as men, and while that does not excuse or justify male domination, it does mean that would be naive and wrong-minded for feminist thinkers to see the movement as simplistically being for men against women. To end patriarchy, another way of naming the institutionalized sexism, we need to be clear that we are all participants in perpetuating sexism until we change our minds and hearts, until we let go of sexist thought and action and replace it with feminist thought and action.
The child of Henry Fonda, but has been one of the brightest flames of the new kind of filmmaking and acting that has transformed cinema. She won many awards, including 2 Oscars out of 7 nominations for her screen performances, tackling everything from comedies to political conspiracy, taking inspiration from the real events of the world around her, whether it was the treatment of Vietnam War vets or enduring discrimination against women in the workplace. But Ms. Fonda has also been an international political activist for much of her life, embracing the campaigns for civil rights, for worker rights, most famously and controversially to stop the American war in Vietnam. She's going back to be campaigning ahead of the midterms. She was targeted by the FBI and the White House for illegal surveillance. She's confronted hate campaigns. She's shown a fearlessness of being that dangerous thing, a successful woman with political opinions. Please welcome our First Lady of Film, Ms. Jane Fonda.
Fonda organized a campaign for adolescent pregnancy prevention in Georgia in 1995 because of the soaring pregnancy rates in young women. There were approximately 106 pregnancies for every 1,000 women ages between 15 to 19 in Georgia around the time. She also is a major funder for the Adolescent Girls Legal Defense Fund. It's a feminist organization that helps protect the human rights of all women, and this has been an organization since 1992. She also funded the Emory University Jane Fonda Center for Adolescent Reproductive Health, which was established in the year 2000. Their philosophy is addressing the gap between adolescence and early childbearing years. She wants to make sure that adolescents have the right information in order to protect themselves and their bodies.
I became an activist in 1970. I was 31, and when I was with people, Native Americans on indigenous lands, or soldiers on military bases, these are people that I would spend time with because they were dealing with problems that I was working through various movements on. And my celebrity created a distance between me and those people, frontline people, real people on the ground. And so I felt, well, if I'm going to do this, meaning be an organizer, I probably shouldn't be a movie star anymore. And I had a friend, a black lawyer in Michigan named Ken Cockrell, and I said to him, he was like my mentor for a while, and I said, Ken, I think I'm going to quit the business. I don't want to be in Hollywood anymore. I want to be an organizer. And he sat me down and he said, Fonda, the movement has countless organizers. We don't have movie stars. You not only have to keep on acting, but you have to take more control of your career, have agency on the work that you do. And I was stunned, and I began to think about that. And out of that came Coming Home and 9 to 5 and China Syndrome and movies that reflected issues that were interesting to me.